the USS Constellation.
Oh, yeah.
They haven't met before,
But this is awesome. This is a great event.
Isn't it though?
but they share a bond. Barbara Nichols and Dan Keenan are part of Washington State's connection to the Korean War.
I was initially found in a Korean orphanage in Incheon.
Keenan was too young to fight. He doesn't even remember his time there as the only white baby in a Korean orphanage, likely the abandoned son of an American GI.
As soon as I got old enough, like to, assuming I'd stayed in the orphanage, maybe 3 or 4 years old, I would have just literally been thrown out in the streets.
But instead, he was adopted, at first by U.S. Navy sailors who brought him to Seattle on board an escort carrier, the Point Cruise.
I want to adopt Danny, sir.
You're willing to give up your career for this baby?
CBS made a movie in the 1990s based on Keenan's story called 1,000 Men and a Baby. In the movie and in real life, Keenan was credited with improving morale on the ship full of sailors eager to come home to their own families.
I found out later you had to pass a test on, how to put on a diaper and how to feed a baby and all this before I was allowed to, people were allowed to, hold me and take care of me.
Young people need them. They need to have this kind of thing available to them to learn what happened in our generation and what we did.
At 94, Barbara Nichols is the oldest living military nurse. She enrolled in the Cadet Nurse Corps during World War II and worked in Mobile Army Surgical Hospitals, or MASH units, in Korea and Vietnam.
The worst, of course, was that winter, and we had so much frostbite. And all we did was amputate.
She says the MASH movie and TV show weren't at all realistic. But she says Hollywood helped make sure wartime doctors and nurses who served in Korea will always be remembered.
If we don't, we lose our history.
Washington's Secretary of State is honoring 12 state residents impacted by the war with an exhibit at the Capitol this summer.
Oh, I think it's absolutely wonderful.
As the 65th anniversary of the end of the so-called Forgotten War approaches, the state wants to remember the stories of those who survived and those who are no longer with us.
I owe my life to them, and I'll be forever indebted for that, forever grateful.
Drew Mickelson, King 5 News.